Another action-packed day here at the PBA 3x3. Lakas ng tatlo. Second conference, fourth leg, day one. We started off with the Master Sardines against the NORTHPORT Batang Pier, and Master Sardines notching their first ever victory.
Yes, a good follow-up there. Good showing in the previous leg. And Levi Hernandez showcasing his outside shooting once again, leading the way for Master Sardines.
Ang susunod, San Miguel Beermen against Cavitex Braves. San Miguel, of course, leaning on the shooting of Ken Bono, and of course, a slashing and attacking and a shooting as well of Jeff Manday.
Oh, itong two-pronged attack by the Beermen for them. Yung pagbalik ni Ken Bono dyan sa lineup. A good start for them here in this leg.
21-16 was the score in favor of San Miguel. On the other end, now we move on to Pioneer against Sista. Pioneer really lording it over Sista 21-13.
A good follow-up in their previous leg showing para dito sa Pioneer, wanting to start out strong against Sista, who also wants to rebound and then perform better here in this leg.
Of course, with the Chamis there, that mean mug getting the bucket. Pero Abrigo was the player of the game para sa Pioneer. Moving on to Barangay Ginebra against Terra Firma. Close fought matchup here between these two. Very physical, a lot of history in the 3x3. And here, it's Terra Firma edging out Barangay Ginebra.
Siyempre for Terra Firma, inspired also by addition of Ronald Tubit in their lineup. Taladuan knocking down that shot from the outside, but si Reverente naging best player.
5 points there for Reverente. Ang susunod naman, NORTHPORT Batang Pier against the San Miguel Beermen. 21-13 in favor of the San Miguel Beermen here. And San Miguel just caught fire. Manday doing work once more. Finished with 10.
Kita mo naman to si Bono, hindi na tumalon doon sa follow-up. But again, you know, itong si Manday, really a headache for opposing teams with this all-around play.
Grabe yung shiftiness niya. Talking about si Jeff Manday, really one of the talents to watch out for dito sa PBA 3x3. Moving on, Master Sardines tried to build on their first ever win when they took on the Limitless App Masters, but then it will always be a tough task when you take on a guy like CPGR, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser, who finished with 12 points.
And not only doing damage inside, but outside as well, and really stamping their class here. And Rosser, you know, just an all-around game for this big guy, who's proving to be a tough opponent really here in PBA 3x3.
Na-match niya yung scoring ng Master Sardines, and really they had no answer for them. 21-12 in favor of Limitless. Moving on to the TNT, Tropang Giga against Platinum Karaoke. Always gonna be a tough matchup here. Two great contenders, two great challengers, but in this time around, Platinum Karaoke just edging out TNT 16-13.
They've been, you know, favorites in 3x3 because of their experience in this type of brand of basketball. And right now, it seems that they have gotten their bearings, gotten their rhythm, and that's a big win for them against the TNT. Pangiga.
Si De Chavez, yung best player of the game natin doon, as they tacked on a loss to the TNT Tropang Giga. Up next, we have the Merauke Bolts against the Terra Firma 3x3, and Tonino Gonzaga got to work early, providing, scoring, and finding his teammates whenever he could.
Well, of course, sabi nga natin, ito na nga yung one of the top teams sa PBA 3x3 against the Terra Firma team that's still looking for their identity here. But it was a close one. Merauke winning at 19-17.
NORTHPORT Batang Pier against the Limitless App Masters. NORTHPORT struggling a bit, changing their lineups, and the Limitless App Masters made them pay with this 21-14 one-sided affair here. Rosser again shining here for Limitless.
Yes, it's really tough, you know, when you have the top team going into battle against one of the teams that are still looking for ways to win, and Limitless just proving why they are one of the best teams here in PBA 3x3, knocking down that shot and getting this 21-14 victory.
Cavitex and Master Sardines met in the next matchup. As we mentioned a while ago, Master Sardines, nakatikim na sila ng panalo. They want more. And Eddie Hernandez caught fire for them. 10 points for Hernandez on the way to the big win.
Yes, Cavitex playing undermanned only with 3 players. AC Soberano out with an injury, but eto Master Sardines really taking advantage of that. Eddie Hernandez getting the contact, still maintaining his composure. At maganda ang pinakita dito ng Master Sardines getting this win, 21-16.
TNT Tropang Giga up next against the Sista Super Sealers. TNT got this victory 21-16 courtesy of the ridiculously hot hands of an Almond Vosotros.
Yes, they wanted to bounce back after that initial loss, and they didn't want to leave anything to chance and going 0-2 in their pool. So that's unfamiliar territory. That's why Almond Vosotros led his team to a 21-17 win.
And a mini Manila Classical here between the Pure Foods TJ Titans against Barangay Ginebra. It was always going to be physical, it was always going to be tough, and it was everything that it was advertised.
First outing here for the Pure Foods PJ Titans here in this leg, and Ginebra already had a game, lost their first one. Gusto nila makabawi. Serrano with a tough finish there, leading the way to a close victory, 19-17.
Mark Dyke, yung best player of the game in that one, and of course, San Miguel Bierman against the Limitless Master. So it's always going to be entertaining. Pero Limitless showed that they were ready for the personnel of the San Miguel Bierman.
Of course, and especially ito si Rosser na naman na nanguna sa kanilang atake, using his quickness against Bono. There you see that two-handed jam for a Rosser, and emphatically leading his team to this win over the Biermen, 21-15.
And up next, the battle of two teams struggling in this particular day, looking for their first win. And in the end, it was Cavitex Braves who ran away with this one, despite lacking one player.
Bravely fighting, despite, as you mentioned, lacking Soberano, and this one game that they felt they could win, and they did just that. Fajardo leading the way for them for this breakthrough victory.
Naka 9 points si Fajardo. He had the green light and shot it well. The Platinum Karaoke against a Pioneer Pro Tibay with is respectively the best game that we've seen here today,
yes,
considering just how close it was and how dramatic the ending was.
Yeah, Pioneer look, they're on their way to victory, but all of a sudden things turned around, and Platinum stealing this win, and this was the marginal basket by Yukien Andrada. Come from behind victory para dito sa Platinum Karaoke.
Of course, the best player of that game was none other than Ail Banal. Despite the game winner from Andrada and a clutch basket from De Chavez, Ail Banal ended up with 8 points dito para sa Platinum Karaoke. And our final game was between the Morocco Bolt 3x3 and the Pure Foods DJ Titans. And what can we say about the work rate of a Tonino Gonzaga, who just found all his teammates?
He makes his teammates a lot better. And we know Tonino Gonzaga, this was the tough one. That was the backbreaker for Pure Foods. And look at the degree of difficulty of this shot. But that was a winning basket for Tonino Gonzaga and the Morocco Bolts.
Celebrate na siya, hindi pa pumapasok eh. But grabe, that was just the confidence that he showed, and Tonino Gonzaga and the Morocco Bolts ending it with a flourish. And that'll do it for us here in day 1, leg number 4.